Hey projectors, thanks for stopping by, and happy new moon. If you don't know if you're a projector or not, or what a projector is, it is a type in the realm of human design. I will put information in the description box below so that you can find out what your human design type is. What you'll need to find it is your birth date, birth time, birthplace. Is that it? I think that's it. And you'll go to my body graph. I think it's mybodygraph.com. To find your human design type. So to kick things off today, I pulled a rune, and interesting because yesterday, my first reading of the week, we did Manifestors, and Manifestors got the same rune as you, but it was in the reverse position. So you got the Gateway rune. This is sort of the theme for your reading, and what it's asking you to do is take a little bit of time to reflect, to review what you've been through. It could be over the past year, 2 years, 5 years. Think about all of the challenges that you faced, how you maneuvered through them, how you progressed, how you changed, what lessons you learned, and how much you've grown. Really take time to acknowledge yourself for all of those things. We're being asked to pause and review before we step through the gateway. Gateway signals that you're about to cross a major threshold, but it is the rune of non-action. So not yet, but almost. Then I used my Wildwood Tarot cards to do the rest of your reading. The first card that came up is the Three of Stones, Creativity. To me, she looks like she is sort of almost, it looks like she's in a charger, like she's getting charged up by the earth. She's being grounded and rooted, and she's taking all of this, all the resources she needs that the earth has to offer her for her journey. You're getting creatively lit up and charged and electrified and inspired. You're soaking up all the resources that you're going to need for the creative process, for the birth of something new. And it's, sometimes we're asked to break out of ways we used to do things and ways we used to approach things. That's a good way to use our creativity, not just in creating one thing or one idea or manifesting a thing as a whole. It's also the way we can approach and adapt and be resourceful. It's listening to our inner voice instead of always listening to what other people tell us or the ways we've learned in books. It's finding your own power and believing in your power of artistry and creativity and bringing that back in full force. The second card out is the Ancestor. Trying not to shake here. One thing I wanted to note in this is you can see this little sliver of a moon here. Today happens to be the new moon. So this is sort of the beginning of the moon cycle here. And the ancestor is appearing in the forest to guide you. And you may have had sort of reluctance, maybe felt a bit of distrust around like, who is this figure that I don't recognize that's lending a hand? I mean, we're making a metaphor here for you're sort of transitioning into an uncomfortable new situation that you're not used to. And the ancestor is showing up to help you in this process, to guide you. And while you've been a little bit uneasy about it, you don't really have a choice now. The best thing you can do is just take the outstretched hand, take the wisdom, and roll with it. This is, again, a lot about trusting your intuition, trusting your inner voice, the need to just put one foot in front of the other and move into the forest and see things with new eyes. The third card out is the journey. And what I want to note here is the full moon. So think about, the length of time it takes for a moon cycle. This could be talking about preparing for a time to come, sort of like the Gateway Rune was saying, like you're almost there, you're preparing. And you can see this raven is sort of picking at the carry-on here, the carcass, and gaining nutrition from this experience. You can almost see, it looks like, things are moving really fast. It's dark and fast and it's intense, but this raven is like, I'm still gonna get something out of this. And so we're sort of taking this time inward and sort of picking at what's left here and gaining all that nutrition and knowledge for a time that is about to come. The next card out is the Blasted Oak. This is us being jolted out of our comfort zone and straight onto our path of purpose. The old limb can't carry us anymore. It's snapping, it's breaking, it can't hold you. And it's igniting, this lightning bolt is just igniting the fire, igniting a new drive to exist in a new way, to adapt and find new footing. Let's see. Next out is the King of Bows, the Adder. This, to me, makes me think of Kundalini rising, the caduceus, a symbol for healing, for medicine. It's about us coming into our power and finding balance and putting your creative stamp on things. It has an energy of a lot of enthusiasm, and we wonder, where is it taking us? Where can our enthusiasm take us? Where can we put our creative stamp on things? And what are the gifts of this healing process? And not only that, but what helps us to move forward and to put our creative stamp on things. I think we have to have a really strong self-esteem. So ask yourself what you can do to bolster that. Next card out is the Hearth Fire. I think this, it looks like he's got like a little Viking hat and a hood and bows. I mean, it's a time of old, but they're having a great time gathering around the fire, having a beverage. Let's say this is equivalent to today's Zoom meetings that are taking place all over the world so that we can still connect during our isolation. This is about finding warmth and light in the cold and dark times, having gratitude for our life, for our love, and for friendship, connecting with kindred souls. This is an energy that's global, humanitarian. It's about communal support, supporting your new dreams, your new ideas and expressions, and giving you the foundation you need to feel secure. This is a message to have gratitude for this in your life and to share it with others. Full body chills, by the way. The next card out is Transition. Again, note the full moon here. What are we working towards? We're at the new moon today, working towards the full moon. We're traversing the sea of emotions. We're on a bit of a roller coaster right now. One day we're fine, the next day we feel alone. We feel maybe a pinch of despair, a splash of desperation or fear around our finances or stability or our own mortality. We're going through all of that, and so we just need to sort of take it as it comes, and just know that each day is a day that we're healing those things. We're facing them and we're healing them and we're putting them to bed so that we can move forward. We're healing our hearts in preparation for the new world. We're trying to move beyond the old boundaries. So we just need to keep riding the wave with an open heart and with plenty of optimism. The last card that comes out is the Nine of Stones, Tradition. You can see here he's got like a headdress, he's got his rattle, he's holding the snake, he's got this stone formation behind him, and again the full moon. 3 times in this video, the full moon. So what are we building towards? We're building up towards something big. The moon is the time of harvest, of the realization of things. So what are we building up to? It's something big. It's going to take a little bit of time to get there, but what are we building to? The Tradition card talks about the things that we've forgotten that we inherited, our forgotten gifts, our connection with spirit, the collective, sacred knowledge, and rituals. What can we tap into that helps us usher us into the new world? How can we simply and beautifully be held by a nurturing stone, forge something new in the fire, and find awe in the night sky. All this time alone in meditation or the activities, the hobbies that you like to do that maybe you didn't have time for. Maybe you're playing music, making music, dancing, writing, gardening, whatever it is that helps you get out of the monkey mind. That is very healing for you. And I think you don't always have to be in meditation to connect with spirit. I mean, you can connect with spirit in the astral realm while you're taking a midday nap. You can, once you turn off that monkey brain while you're in the flow of things, when you're doing something you love, something that comes naturally, something you're pulled to do, something that gives you joy, it switches things over to your natural self and your divine connection with spirit. And the more that we tap into that and lean into that, it's really going to help us give us new tools to move forward to this thing that we're building towards. It feels really big and really good and really expansive and warm and exciting. So I guess just keep moving and working with this energy, and I'm really excited to hear where you all end up. Maybe at the full moon. That'll be an exciting thing to hear back from you. Is what do you think you're building towards, and then where do you find yourself? What opened up for you? So please feel free to share in the comments. And thanks for stopping by. See you next Tuesday.